Clear prop. And we'll get going here. Whoever was flying last turned the friction all the way down so the throttle's all loosey-goosey. That was interesting.
Alrighty. Cool. Everything's working. We can finish up our checklist here. Flaps are up. Let's get the weather.
Remarks. Density altitude.
There we go. Driggs traffic, Skyhawk 8089er Echo, Teton Aviation Ram taxiing runway 22, Driggs.
Do you want to become a commercial pilot?
Not at the moment. You know, I'm working on my engineering degree, and I'd like to do like emergency medicine.
Oh.
But maybe at some point, you know, I've got time ahead of me.
Sure, yeah.
It's just, I can't do both at the same time. It's way too expensive.
Yeah.
Alright. I'm gonna want us to try and maintain what's called a sterile cockpit when we're close to the airport, which means I'll let you know when we're far enough away, but when we're close to the airport, I'd like to cut down on conversation. Obviously, when we're on the ground, it's not an issue, but just so that I can focus on what's going on around. So, if you have any important things, feel free to say them. Like if you see another airplane, something like that, see a bird, feel free to point that out. But just no like idle chit chat while we're close to the airport. We'll
Andres traffic light cub is on.
like I said, I'll let you know when we're far enough away that we can chat safely. And then if I just like hold up my finger or something to ask you to shush for a second, it's nothing against you. I'm just trying to hear what someone's saying on the radio.
No problem.
Alrighty, so I'm just gonna look down final here. Make sure I don't see any airplanes. Alrighty. Driggs traffic, Skyhawk, November 8089er Echo is taking off runway 22 with a northbound downwind departure. We're gonna circle around and go towards Grand Tarkey. Driggs. Alright, if you could just make sure your feet aren't touching the rudder pedals, you look good, you're fine. Just double checking. My feet are off the brakes. Runway 22. Alright, center line. No crosswind. Full power. Engine instruments are in the green. Their speed's alive. You'll probably be able to see my mom and Jeff down there.
Yeah.
Alrighty, so we're going to make a turn to the right here. It's a little warm out, so we might get a few bumps on the way.
Yeah.
traffic, RV 628 Papa Juliet, 10 miles to the south, 8,500 inbound for landing, Driggs.
Driggs traffic, Skyhawk 89er Echo is right, downwind 22, making a northbound departure. We're going to circle over to Grand Targhee on the way up to 12,500, Driggs.
So when are you headed back to school?
Sorry, you're asking when I was going back to school?
Yeah.
I think school starts on September 4th.
Oh.
And so I'm going to be heading back, well, whatever weekend that is, probably.
Starts a little bit later over there than Utah State or Idaho State.
Yeah, our semesters are only 14 weeks.
Oh.
So, start a little later, end a little earlier, and suffer a bit more during the semester.
Oh, you can't beat that. I mean, get out early.
I don't mind personally, but, you know, I've never been to a university with longer semesters. I don't know what it's like.
Yeah.
It's more time for me to work and make money, though.
Right.
So I certainly can't complain about that. Driggs traffic, Skyhawk 89er Echoes 3 miles to the east of the field at 10,500 for 12,500, Driggs.
Yeah, this amazing view here.
Yeah, it gets a bit more amazing. Like I said, we're gonna head up this valley at about another 2,000 feet.
That's Targhee right there, right?
Sorry?
That's Targhee ski resort, isn't it? Right over there?
Right over here, actually.
Oh, okay.
In front of us, I think. I don't know, I've never been there, but I asked one of my friends who has been when we were up here flying. I think it's this up here on this hill.
Oh, yeah, that looks more like it. There's some stuff over there that kind of look like...
Yeah, there's all sorts of interesting stuff up here. Little back trails going places.
Oh. I've never seen the back of the Tetons like that before.
Yeah, I mean the other side's dramatic and all that, but this side's a bit bigger.
Yeah, that's a lot of mountain there.
I actually think it probably takes about the same amount of time to climb up and get high enough to go through these valleys up here to go to Jackson than it does to go over to the pass.
Oh. Huh. So Jackson's just over, right over there.
Yeah, so I think the airport for Jackson is like right over here. Here, I can actually put it in here.
Oh, can I take a photo or two? Or?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Actually, apparently Jackson Airport's like over that direction.
Oh, okay, then Jackson's over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess that makes sense because this is the Grand Teton, so
yeah.
The big tall one.
Phone out. Wrong pocket.
Yeah, it can be hard to get them out. You can loosen your seatbelt to get it. Well, you can just take it off. We're not going to run into anything up here.
This is so cool, looking out through here.
I think so too. I really like it up here.
I've flown over mountains, but nothing like this before, so.
Very pretty. In fact, let me grab my phone here. I want a picture of those too. We're up to 12,000 feet now. It's real pretty.
I'd say.
I'll scooch forward a bit for you here. We could go flying over there, but I don't think we'd get back in time if we did.
This doesn't get much better than this.
Driggs area traffic, Comanche.
No, it doesn't.
8 miles to the west, 10,500 transitioning south. Driggs.
You know what? I'm actually gonna turn around here actually. Go back up. I think that would be cool. And come back out the way we went in. That way you can get some pictures as we go back around from your side of the plane.
Yeah.
Bit better that way, I think. That is the kind of stuff that makes me wish I had a nice camera.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, phone cameras are amazing, but like an actual camera would be cool.
These are easy to use.
Yeah. But you know, especially because you always have it in your pocket.
Right.
You want to take a picture of something, just whip out your phone and take a picture.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Oh, tough one.
a little bit of an updraft right there. Man, that's pretty.
That is beautiful. Beautiful.
Driggs traffic, Skyhawk 89er Echo is about 15 miles to the northeast at 9,000, going to be down for 8,500, and northbound Driggs. Oh, you know what? I'm at 10,000, not 9,000. That was an incorrect number.
Oh. No. I tried to talk Dylan into coming up. He had the works.
Yeah.
He would have liked it. Or Seneca. Would like
Somebody. Well, we could take both. They'd have to sit in the back next to each other, though, so they might get in a fight.
Yeah. You just fly by sight. You don't do the instrument or anything.
I mean, I keep an eye on my airspeed and my altitude mostly, maybe my heading. We do, you know, instrument training in case you accidentally end up where you can't see.
Okay.
You do a limited amount. They have a thing called a hood, which kind of blocks your vision out here, and the instructor makes sure you don't run into anything while you just look at these.
Oh, I see.
Because this is fully equipped for instrument flight.
Oh, I see.
But yeah, like for visual flight rules, most of what you're doing is going, well, I want to climb a little bit, so I'm going to pull the nose up a little bit. And then looking at stuff and not running into things. Like I said,
Yeah, that's a good way to do it.
I mean, it works for the most part.
This nighttime would be a little different. Huh?
I have done a night flight, and my instructor was like, if you plan on flying at night a lot, do more night training before you do it, like having an experienced instructor go with you, because there's all sorts of visual illusions at night, and I think it's funny that we call it night VFR, visual flight rules. You can't see anything. Like, especially here on the night we did our cross country, it was overcast.
Oh, yeah.
So there was no moon. There's no lights in this entire valley. It's just pitch black in all directions.
Yeah, that would be awful difficult, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Well, you know, this makes it real easy. And then we've got our VORs too, so we can navigate using either of these instruments and this thing. And then, of course, if you can see the ground. But yeah, this is GPS is definitely super helpful.
Yeah.
Driggs traffic, Skyhawk 89er Echo is 9.5 miles to the northwest at 8,500 inbound Driggs.
Right over there.
Yeah. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fly out here and then when we enter a pattern, it's kind of like a square, if you imagine, or a rectangle with one side on the runway. And if you enter that square at a 45-degree angle, it's the safest way to do it. It's that people in it see you and you can see them. Oh, so that way, it's like merging onto the interstate at a 45-degree angle.
I see, you can kind of see out the side.
Yeah. A little bit easier, make sure everyone stays nice and safe.
Yeah. I flew a few times, but I've never really had anybody ever explain any like seatbelt safety thing. You know.
Yeah. Well, I'm a fountain of knowledge, so.
That's good, yeah.
Driggs traffic, Scott, Gate 9 Echoes, 2.5 miles to the west, 7,200, inbound for a 45-degree entry into right downwind, 22 full stop, Driggs. Alrighty, can you check your seatbelt again, make sure it's good? I know we took it off earlier. It's all tight, alright. You're not gonna go anywhere. Fuel selectors on both, mixture's set. Alright, this will go on at descent. Driggs traffic, Scott Gate 9 Echoes, right base, 22 full stop, Driggs. Driggs traffic, Scott Gate 9 Echoes, short final, runway 22 full stop, Driggs. Like I said, a little bumpy.
Not bad. Not at all.
Not the worst, but I could have done better than that. I flared a little high and I knew it, but...
Oh. You didn't tell by me.
Well, you know how at the end we kind of dropped onto the runway there?
Yeah.
If I had been lower, we would have just kind of settled onto the runway rather than dropped like that.
I actually thought we were close.
Yeah, it feels like you're really close, but you gotta wait till like your butt feels like you're about to scrape it on the ground.
Oh.
And it's just hard to remember to do that. I'm gonna pop open my window here. Warm. So I didn't tell you this before the flight, but they have 2 airplanes of this type. The other one's a bit fancier, and it had an engine failure.
It did.
Yeah. So that's why I was telling you this might get bumped, because their other plane is getting overhauled now.
Oh, I see.
And so if somebody needed to use this airplane to do their check ride, then we could have gotten bumped, but luckily no one did.
Yeah.
But yeah, they were in the pattern and they had an engine failure.
So they just kind of coast in there.
Yeah, these things fly okay without engines. Not as good as like airliners do. Those things can cruise for miles.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like you'd think something like this glides really well. It doesn't. Those things have like a 17-to-1 glide ratio. At cruising altitude, they can glide like well over 100 miles.
Wow. Wow. Amazing.
Alrighty. Let's get this puppy shut down.